Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome here to the Kingsthorpe Church of Christ this evening. It gives me great pleasure to welcome the Salvation Army band and our Outback missions team. This group, the original team formed about 8 years ago, and the purpose of that was to assist the Salvation Army rural chaplains with their Christmas carol service out in far western Queensland. They then added, after a couple of years, they added a mid-year trip, and now they do 2 trips every year, and they tend to get different people for each trip because different people have different availability, so this isn't the same team every time. It kind of swaps and changes around, but we've got a great crew this time, so thank you. We got the best, I think, save the best for here. Yeah, is that right? Yeah. Yes, there we go. We got the best crew here. They're on the road for about 6 weeks, usually. They do about 3,000 kilometres. They travel to towns including Dalby, Tambo, Blackall, Barcaldine, Longreach, Yower, Thargomindah, Dibbarburra, Eromanga, Quilpie, Broken Hill, many more. So basically, if it's got a weird name, they go there. They pull out the map and they go, oh, and Kingsthorpe, yeah, that's a bit weird too. But basically, they pull out the map and they have a look for a weird name and they go, oh, that looks good, we'll go there. So that's what they do. And they do it all at their own expense. These guys are caravanners and retirees and just basically old folk. So they get in their car. I'm just checking that you're all listening, I've got to throw some of those in to make sure you're actually listening. And they do all this at their own expense, and they kindly made their first stop with us this year. They may not come back if I keep insulting them, but many of them are relatives. Many of the others I've known for more than 10 years, so they didn't get a lot of choice. We just kind of went, you're coming here. And that's why they're here. They're a diverse group of people who love God, love driving around the country, love playing, singing in a band, and they come from, so the members of this particular group, I believe, come from Sydney, Newcastle region, Gold Coast, Brisbane and the surrounding areas, Redcliffe, Sunshine Coast, Toowoomba, Calbar, Maryborough and Hervey Bay. Did I leave anyone out?
Yeah, Russell Island.
And Russell Island. I missed Russell Island. And we've got one of our own Kingsthorpians in here with us as well. Yeah. And Gympie. I missed Gympie. And Wandai. Anybody else? Tamworth. tweed heads. Oh, gosh, okay. They're all here, basically. They've taken over the Oakey Caravan Park this weekend, and when they leave tomorrow, they're spending the next couple of weeks travelling to, on this trip I believe, Dalby, Tambo, Blackhall, Barcaldine and Longreach, and then they'll arrive home with just enough time to practice, refresh, recover, have a shower probably, because they'll probably need one by then, and start their next trip to head out to the Christmas one. So this trip finishes on the 24th of July. When does the Christmas one start? November. Christmas one starts in November. So please join me in welcoming the Salvation Army Outback Mission Team. Some of the songs tonight will be mostly a performance thing, but we will have the words up for you to follow along. So if you know the tune and you'd like to sing along, you're most welcome to. Some of them will be congregational songs. There'll also be a choir. There'll be some timbrels, because you can't have the salvos without the timbrels. Okay, so that's debatable. And there'll be some solos and some poetry and all sorts. So we're in for a great night. The first song is Amazing Grace, and we're going to be accompanied by the bagpipes. I heard them practicing this the other day, and I just said, you've just got to do that. So come on down. the slides didn't keep up with the song, they didn't know the words. Sorry, we're oldie but a goodie. Now, it might seem like a bit of a strange one to put into something like tonight, but we're here because we love God and we love Jesus, so, it just fits. I'd like to welcome up now Noella, who is going to play her guitar and sing a solo for us, and the tune is I Know Who Holds Tomorrow.
Yes. I think I'll have to adjust that microphone too. It might be over my head. Huh? It's fine? If I stand back a bit, you can still hear me? Ah, a bit different to mine. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Noella. That was great. I'm going to invite the Timbrels to come up now, and just while they're coming up and getting themselves set up, I'll tell you a bit about Timbrels. If you're not familiar with the Salvation Army, Timbrels go way, way, way back to the early days of the Salvation Army, and some people call them tambourines. Now, I just need to correct that. When I was growing up, I was taught that if it hasn't got skin on it, that is a tambourine. What these ladies hold right here, this is called a timbrel, okay? May I borrow one for a minute? There are correct ways and wrong ways to hold a timbrel, okay? Holding it like that with your thumb on the skin puts a hole in the skin. And if you do that, the timbrel leader gets very cross. The correct way to hold it is you put this finger through the hole and your fingers... Oh, no. Julie, come here. Julie's going to demonstrate the correct way. Come on. Yeah, you can play faster with your finger on the skin, but if you hold it like that, you don't... Oh, my. Beautiful. There we go. Or you can hold it like that. Thank you, ladies. Are we all set? Move that out of the way. All right. They get a bit wild, these Timbrel girls. Thank you, ladies. Now, if the songsters would like to come and get set up down here, I'm going to bring you need your music stand back, don't you? Is that right? You don't need your music stand back? You got your own. Look at that. Isn't it good to see a man who's organised? Was that, why are you laughing?
It's lovely to sit up here. Mackenzie's been here a few times today and she was up the back practicing with the Timbrels.
She's great, isn't she? I think we need to get her one. I think we need to
yeah.
get you a Timbrel, girl.
I think you need to teach her.
Oh, yeah, all right.
All right?
All right. She'll
Shall
be
we?
ready. She'll be ready for the next
next year.
Next year, yeah. When you come back next year, she'll be joining the Timbrels. Come on, songsters, up you come. Come on, I can't fluff for much longer. Up you come. So the songsters are going to sing for us, Been to the River. If you want to follow along, the words are going to be up on the screen for you, I believe. Is that correct, Gavin? Yes? I think, yep, there we go. So don't feel like you have to sing along. That's just so you've got the words up there. Thanks, folks.
What number?
How good was that? How good was that? Come on. I thought that was brilliant. Okay, while these guys are just getting back in their places, the band's now going to play a piece for us. I won't have words to go with it. You'll just have to listen along and enjoy it. But the title of this tune that they're going to play is Daniel. And then after that, we're going to have a poetry reading. So, get yourselves ready. And girls? Woohoo! Yeah, give them another. Alrighty. Now, we're going to have a couple of poems. Have I said that correctly this time, Margie? Excellent. We're going to have a couple of poems. So I invite Margie up. Now, I mentioned before that, half these guys are relatives. These guys are like second cousins 3 or 4 times removed. So welcome my relative up here, Margie Gittins. And she's going to read for us Clive the Fearless Birdman and Poor Old Grandpa. Take it away.
Okay, just as an introduction, I just wonder if you remember the magnificent men in their flying machines, do you? That movie, right? And how they had the open cockpit. The pilots wore these heavy leather jackets and the leather helmets and goggles. Do you remember that? Okay, well, maybe you'll get a bit of a kick out of this one. It's called Clive the Fearless Birdman. Clive the Fearless Birdman was convinced that he could fly. At night he lay in bed and dreamed of soaring through the sky, of winging through the clouds and flying right out into space. And he had a leather helmet with a beak stuck on the face. Clive the Fearless Birdman had a wife who did not care for his fly-by-night ambitions of cavorting through the air. With mockery and ridicule, she did her best to kill it and cruelly filled his breakfast plate with cuttlefish and millet. But in his little potting shed, he built some mighty wings out of balsa wood and sticky tape and plasticine and strings. Up to his neck in feathers, which had taken months to pluck, he laboured with his Evo stick he fashioned and he stuck. He tried it on at last and turned from side to side. So wonderful was it that Clive the birdman slumped and cried. So shiny were the feathers, all in silver, grey and black, with eiderdown all up the front and turkey down the back. It strapped on with a harness, buckled round his arms and throat, all made adjustable to fit the thickness of his coat. Just to see him walking down the street made all the women shriek as he flapped by in his harness and his helmet and his beak. So Clive announced to all the culmination of his search and told the local papers he'd be jumping off the church. Where am I? And Seth the old grave digger, with his face as black as coal, said, "If he jumps off the steeple, I won't have to dig a hole." And so the day arrived and all the people came to stare. Police held back the crowds and all the local press were there. Clive read out a noble speech, an address to all the people that nobody could hear because it was windy up the steeple. He stepped out in the sky and flapped his wings just for a minute, far above the vicar's garden, and he plummeted straight in it. He lay there in the cabbages without another flutter, and the beak came off his helmet and it rolled into the gutter. But far away in heaven, Clive the birdman reigned supreme, soaring through the air without the aid of jet or stream. So, at the pearly gates, if it's with Clive you wish to speak, you can tell him by his harness and his helmet and his beak. This one's a little bit different. I suppose all you farmers out there know when the mining companies come in and they help themselves and they mine these great big deep holes. Well, this is a little bit of a story about one of those big holes. And it's called Goodbye Grandad. Poor old Grandad's passed away, cut off in his prime. He never had a day off crook, gone before his time. We found him in the dunny, collapsed there on the seat. A startled look upon his face, his trousers round his feet. The doctor said his heart was good, fit as any trout. The constable, he had his say, foul play was not ruled out. There were theories at the inquest of snake bite without trace, of redbacks quietly creeping and death from outer space. No one had a clue at all. The judge was in some doubt when Dad was called to have his say as how it came about. "I reckon I can clear it up," said Dad with trembling breath. "You see, it's quite a story, but it could explain his death. This here exploration mob had been looking at our soil, and they reckoned that our farm was just the place to look for oil. So they came and put a bore down and said they'd made some trials. They drilled a hole as deep as hell. They said about 3 miles. Well, they never found a trace of oil, and off they went post-haste. But I couldn't see a hole like that go to flaming waste. So I moved the dunny over it. A real smart move, I thought. I'd never have to dig again. I'd never be caught short. The day I moved the dunny, it looked a proper sight. But I didn't dream poor Grandad would pass away that night. Now I reckon what has happened, poor Grandad didn't know. The dunny had been relocated when that night he had to go. And you'll probably be wondering how poor Grandad did his dash. Well, he always used to hold his breath until he heard the splash.
Thanks, Margie. You've got your own stand. You don't need this one. Alrighty, we've got another solo and a guitar. This one is Whispering Hope. Have I got that right? Do you want this?
You got that right.
Do you want this? No?
Oh,
Yeah?
but I want this a bit higher.
No, look, it's just all right. It's actually too tall at the moment.
You hold it up there.
Here we go. Ready?
Oh, it'll do. Just spin it up a bit.
Shall I? I'm checking with my sound man before I move anything.
Spin it up a bit.
Thank you. That's better.
Oh, not that high. Not that high. A bit down.
Blimey, fussy.
Of course.
How's that?
That'll do.
All right. I'll get out of the way.
Yeah, good idea. This little song, you can tell how old us guys are by the songs we sing. And, and this was made famous by a lot of people, but one of the most popular being Jim Reeves. So about 50 years ago, he made it pretty popular. So I dug it out of the archives. Soft as the voice of an angel, breathing a lesson unheard. Hope with a gentle persuasion whispers his favouring word. Wait till the darkness is over. Wait till the tempest is done. Hope for the sunshine tomorrow after the shower is gone. Whispering hope, oh welcome thy voice, making my heart in its sorrow rejoice. If in the dusk of the twilight dim be the regions of far, will not the deep burning darkness brighten the glimmering star? Then when the night is upon us, why should the heart sing away? When the dark midnight is over, watch for the breaking of day. Whispering hope, oh how welcome thy voice, making my heart in its sorrow
as an anchor so steadfast rends the dark veil for the soul. Whither master has entered, robbing the grave of its gold. Come, then I'll come, glad fruition. Come to my sad, weary heart. Come, oh, the blessed hope of glory. Never, oh, never depart. Whispering hope, oh, how welcome thy voice, making my heart in its sorrow rejoice.
If you mute this for a second, I'll make it shorter again. Was Lanky Shacks in primary school? I don't know. It's because I was so good, they kept patting me on the head. I stopped rowing. It's your turn to sing again. Please stand up before I say anything else silly. 10,000 Reasons, but this time the band's going to help us, which is a bit of a treat for our blokes because we usually have a couple of guitars and a keyboard. So please stand, we're going to sing 10,000 Reasons. slides, but when the bone master goes off script, our words down the back don't match. Sorry about that. Have a seat. Thank you very much. Alrighty, the songsters are going to come and sing another song, When We Walk with the Lord. I'm going to get out of the way because I'm going to help the guys with the slides down the back. So we having fun yet? Yeah. Thanks, guys. Okay, one more congregational song, so you'll need to stand up again. I know you've just sat down. And I got to say, congratulations to the band, because they get down here and they sing, then they get straight back up there and they blow their instruments. So I've got to fluff around for a little minute while they catch their breath, because, you know, it takes them a minute. You ready to go, are you? Oh, blimey, they're ready to go. You better stand. They're born ready. Listen to that. Born ready. We're going to follow you, Bandmaster. Can you just follow the music this time and not mix it up? Because you know.
I'll do what I want.
Yeah, I know you would. Yeah. Typical Bandmaster, just does whatever he wants. You know, worship leaders, they're terrible. Intro.
12-hour introduction.
Thank you. Yes. There's no travelling. It's just reopened, so, you know, they're all coming home again. So I think, Mark, you chose that one, didn't you? Was that, yeah? That was just to honour COVID. Yeah, next wave of COVID, in honour of COVID, I still call Australia home. We've got one final band piece, and that's it for tonight. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. The band is... Whoa, I'm going to kick the microphone. The band is going to play for us Love Changes Everything. Yes? Excellent. we're doing hand signals here. Joe, you're going to read some scripture for us, is that correct? Yeah. Kind of? Off you go. All over to you.
Well, what a blessing tonight has been. I hope that you have been blessed as I have. My name is Major Joe Bulow, and my husband, who is the heckler in the crowd. Yes. We are the Southwest Queensland Rural and Remote Chaplains, Flying Padres. Gosh, we're known by lots of things. But, yeah, all good. Yes, definitely all good. Except the heckler. And it's our privilege to be able to work alongside all of these guys. As Lee said earlier, we started out doing just Christmas, and then it's grown into June, July, and Christmas as well. Who knows? We might be touring all year round. What do you reckon? Yep, they sound excited. Yes. So it's our privilege to be able to minister to the folk in rural and remote southwest Queensland, and we've been doing that for. Mark's been doing it for 10 years, and then 3 years ago I got to join him, and we do that together. So it's an awesome ministry. And so I have the privilege of being able to share with you just a few words before you go your merry way. So I'd like to read a story, and it's actually called The Man Who Fell from a Cliff. Have you heard it? Great, that's good. A man was walking along a trail high on a cliff when he slipped and fell. As he fell, he managed to grab the tree root. The terrified man had no way of getting back up, so he started praying. Please, God, please come and save me. I know you will come. Please, God, please come. From the top of the cliff, he heard a voice call down. Hello, I have a rope and I'm going to throw it down. Grab hold of it and I'll pull you up. From the top of the cliff, the man said, No, that's fine. God will save me. I know God will come. I'm a good person. God will come. Okay, said the voice. The man continued to pray. Please, God, I know you are there. Can you hear me? Please come and save me. From along the cliff face, the man heard a voice. Hello, I'm rock climbing and I can come over and help you down. Can you just hold on for 10 minutes? The man said, No, I'm fine. God will come and help me. I know that God will come. Okay, said the voice. Now the tree root was getting a bit weak, and the man was getting worried God might not show up in time. So he prayed really hard. God, please, please, I'm begging you, come and save me. My tree root is weakening and I'm so afraid. Please, God, come and save me. A third time the man heard a voice. Hello up there. We've gathered some friends and we have a lot of hay and pillows below you to break your fall. In just a few minutes you can let go and we will catch you. The man said, No thanks, I've prayed and I know that God has heard me and God will come and he will get me. Thanks anyway. Okay, said the group of voices. Suddenly the root broke and the man fell to the bottom of the cliff and he died. When he reached heaven and saw God, he asked, Why didn't you come and save me? I prayed and prayed. God looked straight at the man. I did come. I sent you a man with a rope and you turned him down. I sent you a climber and you turned her away. I sent an entire village, but you turned them down as well. I simply assumed that you were happy to die. Folks, the moral of this story is that our prayers are answered, but often not in the way that we expect. This story illustrates a really great point for us in today's world. We have the answers so often in front of us, but we just don't want to see them. Sometimes God doesn't answer our prayers in the way that we want. The Holy Spirit has given us tools to fix our problems, but sometimes we don't want to use them. So, God's going to leave us, as he is a gentleman, until we're ready to hear him. Philippians 4:19 says, "But my God, your God, shall supply all your needs according to his riches in glory in Christ Jesus." Now unto God and our Father be glory forever and ever. Amen. Friends, go in peace to love and serve the Lord.
Thank you, everyone, for coming tonight. Thank you, band. You've done a wonderful job. Haven't they done a wonderful job? Thank you to the Timbrels and to the soloists and everybody who's done something, who's participated tonight. Please stay and have a couple with us tonight. Please come back tomorrow morning for church. We've got lots more packed in for tomorrow morning, and we'd love to have you all back with us tomorrow morning. And I really want to say a huge thank you to our AV team down the back. They did a great job. They didn't know half of those songs before today because a lot of them are salvo songs, so they didn't know them. So they did a great job. And the fact that the slides, sometimes got a bit muddled up, that's our gift to you, because we are sinners saved by grace. No one is perfect, and that's our gift to you. We don't want to set the bar too high for perfection, so we've said it here, and you can all follow through. So that's our gift to you. So thank you for tonight. Thank you, everyone, and we look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Stay for a supper. We've got loads of yummy food down the back there. And because Thursday, just in case you didn't know, Thursday was World Chocolate Day. So, in case you missed it, there's chocolate down the back for you tonight. So come and have chocolate, cup of tea, and we'll see you all tomorrow morning, 9:30. Thank you.